The Full Circle. With DC.
Good day, everybody. My name is DC. I am the host of The Full Circle. And today, I've actually got a guest with me. Her name is Abigail Claire Roberts. Boom, 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 boom. Hello, Abby.
Good afternoon. Hello. Yes, that is me.
So, as you might have heard in a previous show, I said I would try and get my partner on. I wasn't sure if she was going to do it, but seeing as she lives with me and seeing as I've been badgering her for days, and, you know, it will be really good to get you on the show. And I know this is something on the bucket list, right? This is on the bucket list to do a podcast. Is that right, Abby?
A new bucket list that may have just started now. But yes, I would agree. It took a little bit of persuading. I think you said, are you going to do the washing up the next month? Isn't that right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm getting something out of this as well. But no, happy to be here. Excited for my first podcast. A little bit nervous. All very new to me. But yeah, happy to be here and experience what goes on with this world.
So Abby's created a full circle. Just a reminder for those that don't know what the full circle is. The full circle is where every song has a link to each other. The first song has a link to the second song, and then the second song has a link to the next song. And then that keeps going until the last song has a link to the first song, hence completing the full circle. It's a podcast. Copyright means we cannot play any of these songs, I'm afraid, but there will be a link for the songs on a playlist if you want to listen to them. And I'd say we have pretty good music taste, right?
Yeah, I would like to think so anyway. But I would say when you gave me this challenge of finding 5 songs that all link together, I found this very difficult. It took a little while to get these songs and knit them together. But the trick is, as you say, is just to actually not overthink it. But yeah, I hope people like the selection that we've got for you today.
Right. Tell me a bit about yourself. Actually, I know a bit about yourself. That's a bit silly to say. I mean, we've been together for almost 7 years now. So let's, we'll talk about that in a bit. But actually, tell people a bit about yourself. And maybe the classic fun fact. Why don't you do that? Tell the Full Circle Nation a bit about yourself.
Oh, don't you just hate doing that when you're at like a corporate event or something? You have to stand up and tell a little bit about yourself. Yeah, I don't think I'm that interesting. Just little old me. I'm from Norwich, Norfolk, where I've spent most of my life until we actually went on our own adventure and moved to Australia for a couple of years, and now residing in London and loving life. I've got a younger brother, and he is, doing his own thing. He's not too far away. Obviously, we will get into that, but we've met at work. So I'm a doctor. I actually just qualified as a GP.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. The reason I'm on here is because music is a big thing between us. We do love our music. So yes, enjoy going to concert, like music events, festivals, and also a big fan of traveling and trying to see as much of the world as possible and experiencing different cultures. We've just started trying to run, haven't we? Like, that's a new project. So finding out actually how unfit I am has been quite humbling. But yeah, no, I think that's a little bit about me in a nutshell. No fun fact, though. I don't know what fun fact there would be. I've shared a plane once with Alice Cooper. There you go.
That's quite fun. That's very fun, actually. Yeah. Did you get his autograph?
I didn't. My dad and brother ran after him through customs and did manage to catch up with him and get his autograph.
Before the security guards took them both away.
Yes.
No, they didn't do that. Just a disclaimer, they did not do that, just in case anyone believes that. Right. I think that sums you up pretty well. So what's the first song that you have chosen for your Full Circle?
So the first song and band I have chosen, I've chosen this band because it's an important band for us. It was one of our first gigs we saw together as a couple. And we have seen them many times since together in different countries as well. And this band is called Enter Shikari. I have been following them from very early days. It's them being live is just fantastic. They always blow me away. The song I have chosen by them, it's a fairly newer one of them. It's called The Void Strikes Back. And this is on my running playlist, and it will just be on repeat and on repeat as it will just keep me going. So yeah, it's a very catchy song. Like I say, Enter Shikari have been present in my life for many years, and yeah, I just love them. So I thought that would be a very good band and song to start with.
Nice. Enter Shikari have always been on the Full Circle when it was a radio show, when it was on the Facebook show. I think there was a lot of Enter Shikari songs played. Juggernauts, I remember that one being on the first show. They're a really good band, really good guys. We've actually met them when they did a book, when they released their book. We went to a signing at Rough Trade East, wasn't it? And we managed to have a conversation with them and tell them we were in Australia.
Yeah. No, they were all really lovely guys. We went along and spoke to them each individually. They had a lot of time for us and everyone who was there at that signing. And their book was an interesting read. So I'd recommend, if you do have any connection or interest in Enter Shikari, to go and check it out and have a read about from their beginnings, really. They've really worked hard to get where they are, and I'm really chuffed that, I mean, we recently saw them at Wembley, and that was a really special moment to see how far they've come.
Yeah, so check that song out. I think they're incredible and a really good song choice. That's song number 1. So we'll now move on to, like we said, we'll now move on to us and how we got to know each other, and a bit about why I wanted you on the show. I mean, obviously, you're my partner, but that's not. So we met at work. We worked in Great Yarmouth. That was an experience for sure. And we worked on the same ward, didn't we? We worked on the cardiology ward, the ward of the heart. Oh wow, it must be, some would say. And I think we just sort of we were friends there. And I think we got along. And it was after the cardiology job that we did together that I think we did a shift together, didn't we? We did a weekend shift together.
Yeah.
And I think that's when things moved forward. And I think I asked you if, we could go to the cinema together and watch Deadpool 2, which is a really good film. No, we're not advertising that. But if they paid us to do the advert for it, I'd happily say yes. And, it was really fun. It was really, really fun, wasn't it? Really, really fun. Things have just gone since then, haven't they? We went to, as you mentioned, we went to Enter Shikari, and then we did a year of long distance. Well, is Norwich to London long distance?
I guess so. We weren't in the same city, were we? It's a good couple of hours away, and yeah, obviously working shifts and things in the NHS meant we really had to plan and schedule when we would see each other. So yeah, I think that technically classed as long distance, but I think, anyone overseas in the bigger countries in the UK would probably scoff at that.
I was going to say, because I know people that class long distance as different countries. But I think that's fair. And that was fun. And you always said you wanted to go to Australia, and I was like, yep, I'll come with you. And we had the best. Wow, it was meant to be a year. Then COVID happened. I did the COVID Down Under show, and we stayed there for another year. So we got a bonus year in Oz, which was great. Then we came back. We then lived in London. I mean, you came to London and worked in London as a GP trainee, and now as a qualified GP, as you said. We've been living in London ever since, and that's essentially us. I mean, like Abby's mentioned, gigs are really important. You've got me into theatre. I don't think I really ever saw a musical before. I don't think. I've got you into maybe going to see WWE a bit more.
Yeah.
But you've always liked The Rock, so we're just hoping that we see him, hopefully at WrestleMania. And and I think it's been amazing. And 7 years has flown by, really.
It has. It's been an amazing 7 years. But just to go back, I say you get you into theatre. Do you truthfully enjoy theatre, or do you just come along?
Book of Mormon was good.
That is good. That was a good one.
Yeah. Come along. Some of them. There's been some of I'm not sure. But
We saw a strange one in Australia, didn't we? That Pippin one.
Mm.
Even I, hands up, that was a little bit strange.
Mm.
But no, you're very good coming along to see some of the shows. And yes, as you say, I'm getting into the wrestling. I know some more names now. And yeah, excited to be going to Vegas this Easter to see the big main WrestleMania event.
Yeah, I mean, the show might have already been released by then. So hopefully, either we're excited to see The Rock or we have already seen The Rock. But that said, wrestling isn't just about one person. It's about all the wrestlers. John Cena's retirement tour. There's other names there involved as well, who some of you may know, like Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, other names. But I could only sell it to Abi as The Rock because he is, a massive name. We can't deny that, can we?
No. And I love him from Moana, just FYI. I think that's a fantastic film. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, so fair enough. Okay. I mean, was there anything else that you wanted to sort of share about our relationship? It was a summary.
Yeah, no, it was a good summary. I don't think there was too much to add. I don't know. Can we share anecdotal stories about like being on the ward?
Being on the ward? Oh, it's controversial. Maybe they can DM us. Maybe they can message us. Maybe, but I don't know.
There's just a little tidbit, but there's a funny catheter story, which was definitely quite a bonding experience. But yeah, also, as you say, we were good friends, and it was the topic of music and chatting about different bands we like and things that really got us talking and getting to know each other better. And you could say it was like where the relationship blossomed from. And yeah, no, as I say, we've never looked back, and it's been a fantastic 7 years with hopefully many more to come. But hopefully, yeah, I'm just looking at you there. But no, we had a fantastic time in Australia. Didn't go quite as planned with COVID, but I think we still made the most of it. And it's a fantastic way of life there, but just so far away. So it was nice to come home to the family. And yeah, just absolutely loving London life. There's always something to do, get somewhere to see and go and experience. And yeah, we're just having a great time, aren't we?
I mean, actually, why don't you just tell them? I know this goes out. Why don't you just tell them what we did today without ruining it? Why don't we tell them what we did today?
Oh, well, my lovely friend Steph, she got us a Christmas gift, and it's one of these mystery guides. So you get like a booklet, and it's all based in London. So we started at Bank, and yeah, it was all different clues. So you'd have to like find things in your surroundings. So maybe some stone engravings or a plaque, and then there'd be you'd work out the clues, and there's a story going along, and we successfully worked out who did the Great Coin Heist. So that was really good. It covered some good distance. And then just randomly outside St. Paul's, it's completely closed off because they're filming we think the new Jack Ryan film, so that'll be really cool. But again, only in London would you probably come across that. We're like, well, how do we get through here? But very cool. So yeah, always something's happening in London.
Just a disclaimer. If that is what they're filming, it may not be. It may be. I do not want them to send me an angry email being like, we were not filming on that day in London. How dare you say that? Because when people were asking, they were very like, I can't say anything. But a police officer happily gave it away, didn't they? They happily gave it away about what was being filmed. Unfortunately, we didn't see who's the person that's playing
John Krasinski, however you say his surname, from The Office. But he's been doing Jack Ryan TV, so I think they're now doing a film. So yeah, sadly didn't see him. We did go back twice to see if we got an eye, but no, sadly not.
Right, how do we link from Enter Shikari, The Void Strikes Back then?
That is a good question. So, as I mentioned, we've seen them quite a few times live now. And actually, a common thread that seems to be happening, not common threads, common thread, is at a couple of shows. First time was being at one of their smaller intimate shows at Alternate. We spotted Danny and Dougie from McFly. I wonder where this is going, in the audience. And then again, when we saw them at their massive Wembley show that I've mentioned, we saw Dougie again. He was sat just a few rows in front of us. So yes, also big supporters of Enter Shikari, it seems. So this links me from Enter Shikari to one of my all-time favourite, not guilty pleasures, McFly, who, again, I have seen quite a few times live. Probably have been a fan of them ever since Five Colours in the Hair came out, which, must have been about 11 at the time. The song I've chosen is, again, a fairly newer one. It's a bit, would you say heavier? I don't know, but it's just really good fun to see live. And that is the song Red. And I think that even you would agree, it's a decent song, isn't it? Even you like that song by McFly. So so that is linking Enter Shikari to McFly, and the song I've chosen is Red.
Yes. I said through gritted teeth. No. It's a good song. I've actually seen them with you. Saw them in the Underworld. And have I seen them with you since? No, I don't think so. I think that's the one time I've seen them with you. And you've seen them, I think last year, didn't you see them like 4 times alone? I'm sure. But you saw them with your friend.
I think it was 3 in the end.
3.
Yeah. Was it 3?
I don't know.
I think it was 3. It was a big year for McFly last year.
Every day's McFly Day to you.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are going to see them and Busted.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing them at Halloween.
Oh, yeah. So we'll have to think of some costumes, maybe. One of us will be Busted member and one of us will be a McFly member, and we'll see who wins.
Oh, dear. Maybe I can be Charlie Simpson with the eyebrows. I think I've already got the eyebrows. Maybe I just need to get them a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah, they're pretty much there, though, right?
Yeah. Okay. Abby, we're going to do a classic feature now. The classic Would You Rather. Okay, so Would You Rather, classic feature. I realised when I first did it by myself, I didn't actually explain the feature. I just moaned about the fact that it's a Would You Rather podcast. So Would You Rather is a game where you've got 2 choices. You essentially choose one thing or the other. An example might be like, would you rather eat chicken for dinner or would you rather eat fish for dinner? Now that's a pretty boring question, so we're probably not going to go for that one. I think I'll probably go for chicken. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I've gone for 5 Would You Rathers. The majority of them are like pretty generic-y, but also thinking about you as well. But, it's we might disagree. We might disagree. And that's absolutely fine.
That does happen from time to time.
Very rarely.
Quite often.
Yeah, okay. I can see where we're going here. So let's play Would You Rather. Right, number 1. Would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life or constantly feel like you have to sneeze?
That is very tricky. So you're only feeling like you have to sneeze. You're not actually sneezing.
Exactly.
Okay. And the hiccups will be continuous, lifelong, never stopping.
Exactly.
Okay. That feeling of having to sneeze can be quite irritating, especially when it's a big one building. It can be then so satisfying when you actually sneeze. But I think over time, you would probably get used to that feeling, whereas hiccups will just be so disruptive. You couldn't have a conversation. You'd just be constantly hiccuping in people's faces. So I think that would be more problematic. So even though it's probably more uncomfortable, I would like to think you'd maybe get used to that sensation of wanting to sneeze. So I'd probably opt for the feeling of sneezing.
Yeah, okay, I can see where you're coming from, and I'm just sort of trying to confirm that you definitely want to have that feeling, because sneezing, feeling that urge to sneeze constantly, and then not actually sneezing, I don't know. Then that's really annoying. Every time, like constantly hiccuping. That's annoying as well, isn't it? Hiccuping is annoying. I agree. Hiccuping is annoying. It's a tough one.
Hiccuping will also annoy everyone around you eventually. Can you imagine trying to go to sleep at night and I'm just hiccuping all through the night?
Or you'll go,
But that's not every sneeze. That's not. Some of them you might just have that tickle in your nose. So Some big ones like that build up, but not every sneeze. Whereas a hiccup will always be noisy and will always be disruptive.
Fair enough. I think I can see where you're coming from. I guess hiccuping all the time would be a nuisance. And in fairness, we don't hiccup very often. And when you do hiccup, when one hiccups, it's very annoying. Very annoying.
Very uncomfortable. Like, it's exhausting. And you always feel it in your diaphragm and you're gassy. And no, I'm sorry. I think I'm sticking with my guns, the feeling of sneezing.
Okay, fair enough. Would you rather be able to play all musical instruments or be able to speak all languages?
I think for me, this is quite easy. It's speak all languages.
Go on.
I just think there's something I've always wanted to be able to do is at least speak one language. I can't even do that. English.
You can speak English.
Badly. No. Sorry, another language, one extra language. Right. But even then, I still mess up. Like if I'm in France, I'll say si instead of oui. Like it's just my brain cannot compute trying to speak a foreign language. And I am just in admiration of anyone who is bilingual, multilingual. I think that's fantastic. And the doors that would open and the advantages, especially, just from traveling, how easy that would be to navigate and fully immerse yourself in the culture. Whereas musical instruments, I think that would be fantastic, being able to play all instruments, but never been a big desire of mine to be on stage performing. I think I would only ever really be doing it for myself. And I think I am content with just admiring and listening to the music and appreciating the skill and the sound that comes from all different instruments instead of actually playing it myself. Don't get me wrong. It's something on my bucket list is to learn to play the drums. I think that would be very cool. And I keep toying with the idea of having lessons. But I think, like I say, being able to speak all the languages would just be fantastic.
Fair. And I can completely see that. Could you argue that learning all the musical instruments, music is the universal language? So by learning all the musical instruments, you've already learned all the languages.
I don't think playing a recorder will be able to buy me a bus ticket in Brazil.
It might do if you're busking. If you're busking playing a recorder, and someone gives you some pesos, is that the currency in Brazil?
No idea.
Oh, sorry if that's wrong. Apologies. I don't know what the currency is in Brazil, but essentially, I probably should have said that. Apologies. But basically, you see people out on the streets playing their guitars and their recorders hang on, you can play any instrument, every instrument in the world, every instrument, and you chose the recorder.
I panicked. But yes, I went with a safe universal instrument. But my point still stands. Like majority of people appreciate music and things like that, and it is fantastic. But you could argue if you could play all the instruments and you went to see a show, would you appreciate it as much? Would you instead be critiquing it because you're like, oh, well, their technique's very different there. And then you're not actually just enjoying the experience, admiring their skill and having it as like a new thing that is just something that you can't do yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. And okay, fine. Like, I think you're right. I can see where you're coming from. Learning a language or learning all the languages will probably get you much further, especially if you want to travel and go around the world. But learning every musical instrument, you can literally play. You will be absolutely, well, I don't know if you'll be minted, but you'll be earning a very good living. You can be a tour musician for anyone if you need to be. I get it. For language, you could be like a interpreter and things like that. But I don't think, I think being a musician, I don't know.
No, you do make a good point. I mean, it would be very cool to just be like able to pick up a guitar and go and jam with whichever band if they've got need or like a gap in their band. So yeah, no, it would be very cool to be able to play all these different instruments. But I just think for me personally, like I say, I don't know if I'd ever have the confidence to go up on stage and play with some rock band or anything like that. Whereas, yeah, for me, like I said, with the languages, I think I would just use those skills more.
Okay, fair enough. Next, would you rather immediately win 10 Great British Pounds or flip a coin, but if you flip tails, you get nothing, but if you flip heads, you get 20 Great British Pounds? This is hypothetical. We're not doing this.
Oh, man. So, yeah, so go safe, be the guaranteed 10, or risk it for double, essentially. At those numbers, I'd probably do the 50-50 and risk it and see if I get, what was it, tails for a 20, if that's what you said. But yeah, so I think I would go for that option. If you turn around and said $1 million in hand, or you could flip it for 500 million, you got different odds there. Yeah, that would also be very tricky. I suppose in both scenarios, even if you got nothing on the flipping of a coin, you're going to be in the same situation as when you started the game. You're not losing anything, are you? So I would probably still flip and go with the 50-50 option.
I think for that amount of money, and that's a really bad thing to say. £10 is a lot of money. £10 can get you a drink in London, I think. But you're right. I think if you've got a chance to win £20 and £10, you've started with nothing, you probably would go for it. You are right though. £1 million in hand or £500 million. That's a tough one. I think I would stick. I mean, let's go and say, what's your limit in terms of like how much money someone could give you before sticking? And in fairness, it wouldn't take much for me. Like, I'm being completely honest, because like even £50 is like, oh, £50, but if you flip, you can get 200. Oh, but I've got £50 there. I know I've got £50. I may not get £200. I may get nothing. I think, and actually that's what it comes down to. Do you think you play things safe, or do you think you take risks? That's basically the question. And what do you think?
More often than not, I think I play things safe.
But not on this occasion.
Not on this occasion. No, I'll flip all the coins for £20. But no, I agree. I think there would be a limit. And yeah, probably 100 onwards for me would be enough to get me to stick, I think.
Fair enough. Okay. Number 4. Would you rather be able to run super fast or be able to fly really slow?
How slow is slow?
Let's say you can run as fast as Usain Bolt, and let's say you can fly as slow as 20 miles an hour.
Okay. And then when we're running as really super fast, like as fast as Usain Bolt, is that indefinitely, or will you tire out? Do you use all your energy so you can only run 5 miles at max speed, say?
Let's say you can fly really slow indefinitely, but you can only run super fast for 3 hours.
I think fly.
Okay, what if you ran for the whole day then? 12 hours and you could fly indefinitely.
I think still fly, because again, even if it takes you a little while, I suppose even 20 miles an hour, that's pretty quick. Like, we're not running that fast, are we? Or are we?
Maybe I was. Okay. You fly at walking speed, but you can fly, so you can go wherever you want.
Well, exactly. You can actually fly overseas, can't you? And you can also bypass traffic crossings and all sorts of obstacles that really slow down your journey. So I think also just for the novelty of it, flying would be pretty cool.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think I agree. I think I'd rather fly really slow. Okay, last one. And I think I'm glad you mentioned like your hobbies, almost if I know you. But this is one I actually thought would be a good one for you. I just made it up. Would you rather never go to a music concert ever again or travel abroad ever again?
Can I plead the fifth on that one?
Not America.
I do not know. That's really hard. So never seeing a live music or never traveling. But I can still listen to music.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wouldn't get rid of music in my life.
No.
But I would never travel. So what would I do with my annual leave?
Silence.
So I think out of not going to live music anymore or not traveling, I would stop with the live music. I think I would still be able to have music in my life, and there are still a lot of places in the world that I would like to go and see. So that's why.
Fair. That's a tough one.
Really tough. Really tough.
I think for me, both of them are really difficult. And I think if I did have to choose, it probably would be never go to a live gig. And the only reason I say that is because going abroad, you can go like, obviously we go to gigs together and we go to gigs with our mates as well. Probably, you go with your family to gigs sometimes, but not often. And I never go with my gigs with sister sometimes, but not really. Whereas going abroad, you can go with anyone with that. So it allows you to have that option open. I guess the thing to think about is music. The gigs are getting more expensive.
Oh, yes, but so is traveling. I think, the post-COVID traveling, the prices are just skyrocketed. I mean, we've really noticed that when we've been trying to book our next trip, haven't we? It's just really having to think long and hard. Where do you stay? Like, how much are you willing to spend on this? So, unfortunately, the world is just getting more and more expensive. But yeah, as you rightly say, I think there's so much you can still gain from traveling with different people, seeing different places.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, shall we link to the next song? So song number 2 was?
So that was McFly with the song Red. Now, McFly once did a secret set at Slam Dunk back in 2021. That was excellent. They absolutely filled out the stage. People were cramming in to see McFly, and who wouldn't? They're awesome. Another band we have seen do a secret set. I say secret set. Everyone knew they were there before the festival even started. Was Kasabian at Glastonbury last year, 2024. And they were incredible. Again, the tent had to be closed off. So it was basically maxed out and more people couldn't have come. We were right in the center of it. And it was just such a surreal experience. There were flares going off. Everyone was just so up for it. And it was just a fantastic show. So that is why I have chosen Kasabian and linked it with McFly and their song Fire, which is what they finished their set off with all the flares going. Because, yeah, fantastic.
Great stuff. Okay, yeah, it's a really good song choice there. Kasabian Fire, they absolutely smashed it at that secret set at Glastonbury, which you said was not so much a secret. I mean, that was your first time at Glastonbury, wasn't it? And what did you think of that?
Yeah, it was. And it was an incredible experience. Tickets are like gold dust. And yeah, thanks to your mates for somehow magically getting us some tickets as well. It'd been on a list for a long time to go to Glastonbury. And yeah, it was just the best time from start to finish. I still cannot get over how big it was and just how much there was going on. The music is only just a part of it. There was, what did we see? We saw pirates like doing a show. There were people walking around as paintings. We could have done yoga and things like that if we felt inclined. We didn't, but we saw where it was all happening. But yeah, no, it was just a brilliant experience. So much fun. Fingers crossed. I mean, we have not got tickets this year. We are trying so hard. But yeah, we will see if we can get any tickets for this year.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, so now I thought I would do a brief segment where I would ask about your favorite moments, but when the only time period is the period that we've been together. Yeah? So
Okay.
it can only be things we've done together. Okay, what do you think? Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, no, fair.
Okay. So first one, what's been your favorite gig that we've done?
That's a really good one. Two are coming to mind, I think. One is right at the beginning of our career, of our
I
relationship.
didn't realize our relationship was a career, but okay.
Just have to work so hard. No, God, that was terrible. Can we cut that? So one was at the start of our relationship, and again fits well, and I've mentioned it before, and it was our first Enter Shikari gig. It was just so much fun. It was the first time we were seeing them together, and what song did they do? Did they do Sandstorm?
No, Insomnia.
And that was fantastic. And yeah, just absolutely loved it. We just had such a great time. So that will always be a very cherished memory of mine. And then the other one that I'm thinking of much more recently was Linkin Park, when they reunited. Obviously bittersweet, so it's without Chester, but with their new lead singer. Is it Emily? I'd never seen them before. And that's always gutted that I never got the chance to see them with Chester, lead singer. And it was just, incredible to finally see them on stage. And I thought Emily's doing a fantastic job. She's incredible vocals. And obviously I know they're one of your favourite bands. So it was, I loved being able to experience that with you. So it would come to between those two, I think.
Fair. I mean, there's been loads. Sleep Token.
Oh God, Sleep Token. No, don't, because make it even harder.
Well, I'm just going to say some names that I think personally. You've said yours now. You can't change it. Sleep Token, I think, were up there. I mean, I know, like his festival, but Kasabian doing that secret set was outstanding. Those up there for me. Enter Shikari. Every time we see them, they've always put on a really good show.
Every time.
I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I don't want to say all the names, otherwise we could be here. Obviously Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah, they were good fun.
Yep, they were good, and I mean, it's been there's been so many decent gigs that we've been to over the years. Favorite TV show? I know we don't watch lots and lots of TV show, but what's been the favorite one that you've watched, that we've watched together?
I think the one that I probably most enjoyed watching at the time, probably Ted Lasso. I just thought that was fantastic. I was a bit apprehensive. You think, it's going to be more about football, but it was just such a brilliant show with important messages that I really loved it. I loved what they were trying to say with the show, and I just thought it was brilliant. It was just so warm-hearted, funny, and I really enjoyed it. But I suppose the other one as well would have been Breaking Bad, but that can be a slow build. So sometimes, especially in like the earlier season, you kind of have to get through the episode while it's building. And then on reflection, you're like, no, that was fantastic. But whereas Ted Lasso, at the time of watching, I was like, I'm really enjoying this. It's a really good show. So that's why I'm going for that one.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, The Office is up there. I thought The Office was good. Yeah, really. Yeah, there's been some really good shows. Breaking Bad. I mean, I actually had watched that before we were together, but hadn't finished it. No, I had finished it. Oh, yeah,
it's Better Call Saul.
Yeah, Better Call Saul. I still need to watch. There's been lots of shows that we've watched. What's been your favorite holiday then? What's been your favorite holiday?
I think probably one of our more recent ones, which was Tanzania, when we went to last year. Started off a bit rocky, missed our connecting flight, got stuck in Kenya, but we made it, and when we made it to paradise. Zanzibar.
I just want to say that Kenya was still a nice place. I just want to say that the way that Abby's describing it, it was just like, it's a disgusting, horrible place. We got stuck in Kenya. Can I just I don't want to offend any Kenyans that are listening to this show.
Kenya is still very much on the list. I would love to visit and experience it properly. All we saw was the airport, some dusty road transport to a city hotel where we only saw the 4 walls before being transported to the airport. That's all we experienced in Kenya. I cannot make any comment on Kenya. It was not our final destination. We missed the connecting flight probably by about 20 minutes, which just is infuriating. And so, yes, nothing against Kenya. I would love to visit and experience safari there, but Tanzania is where we were meant to be. And when we got there, it was fantastic. Like I say, Zanzibar was beautiful. It was just, the beaches were stunning, and it was, everyone was so lovely, so kind. And then we went on the experience of a lifetime doing the safari circuit up in like north mainland Tanzania, and we saw the big 5, didn't we? It was, we were so lucky. We had a very fantastic guide, very knowledgeable, would be really good at finding the animals for us. And like I say, it had been on the list for a very long time and just loved it. It was just such a different experience. It was exhausting, and my God, were you dusty by the end of it, but very rewarding and brilliant.
And I do just want to add, like, obviously, you know, it's great to share these experiences and talk about these. We do acknowledge how incredibly lucky we are to be able to go away on these holidays and be able to do all these adventures and do all these things. We know that you know, it is a privilege to be able to do these things. I mean, it's great, and you know, I just want to make that very clear that we do really, really acknowledge that.
No, very much so. We're very lucky.
What would you say is your favorite? I know you mentioned a little bit earlier about how we've got into running. What would you say is, we also do park runs? For those that don't know, it's a weekly Saturday morning at 9 a.m. 5K run. You can also walk it, jog it. It's not a race. It's not a race, despite them giving a results number and giving you a finish token and giving you a time and giving you a position and telling you your age range and your scores and all that sort of stuff. It is not a race, though, just to clarify. But what would you say has been your favorite park run that we've done?
I think it's probably one of the ones we've done in London, and we call it the Curly Whirly, don't we? I don't know what its official name is, but you actually run along the Thames, and then there's a mound. I don't know what it is, a mound, like if it was any structure before, but you literally just run in a clockwise circle around the outside to the top, and then get to the top, and then turn around and run all the way back down again. So that's a lot of fun. I think that would probably be up there as one of my top ones.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed that one as well. It's Thames Path in Woolwich.
That's the one.
For those that don't, for those that want to do it, for those that want to give it a go. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I enjoyed the one we actually did quite recently. We actually went to Kingston recently to go see Hampton Court Palace. And that Kingston Park run, I thought was really good. Yeah,
no, that was lovely as well. Again, more of the Thames, wasn't it? A bit of different area of the Thames and some nice woodland area. So that was a nice mixture of that one.
Oh, yeah. Basically, what we're saying is we like a bit of the Thames and a little bit of a mixture of something else. Combine them together. Pretty good park run. That's what I've basically just said.
Yeah.
There's some good ones in Norfolk. We did the Galston Cliffs. I do want to try that Great Yarmouth Beach one, but also I don't want to try it because it's meant to be the hardest park run in the country. I've got to share it though, because someone I did make me laugh. Someone wrote on Google Reviews. Go on Google Reviews and look at the Google Reviews for Great Yarmouth North Beach Park Run and just read the comment being like, this is my first park run. This is the worst experience I've ever had. How can people do park run on a regular basis? And you're like, you literally chose the only park run on a beach, the hardest park run in the country. Do a normal park run or do a park run which is in a park, not on a beach. Yeah, that's just an unusual one. It did make me laugh though.
Yeah, that's quite funny, isn't it?
Last one, favorite music artist, band, solo, whoever that you only got into since we've been together. So you hadn't heard of them before, or they've been new since. Who's that? Who would you say your favorite artist has been based on that category?
Okay, so oh my word, that we've seen live or just in general?
In general. Doesn't have to be someone we've seen live.
Okay, so there's definitely some that you keep playing that you keep wanting me to like. I just can't quite get into, like, I don't know what it is, but I just can't be a fan of the Streets. Like, I just don't know what it is about them, but I'm not their biggest fan.
And to be a positive.
But I mean, there's been so many that you have got me into. I mean, it's so tricky. Because I suppose Soft Play last year were my most listened to artists last year.
Had you heard of them before?
Well, this is it. This is where it gets a bit murky waters because I knew them as slaves and I knew some of their stuff. And yeah, I did like some of their earlier stuff when they were slaves. But so I don't know, does that count or not? But then like Soft Play, I listened to because you played the songs and things like that. So there is definitely a link there. Don Broco?
Yeah.
Birds of Tokyo as well. Yeah, no, there's quite a few, I think. That's the difficulty. What do you think? I mean, sometimes
Sleep Token. Easily. Sleep Token. There is no other answer for it. Sleep Token are the band that I never heard of before. Only got into them in 2019, 2020. We've seen them so many times. I mean, I think they've got to be North Lane. North Lane's probably up there as well. But their newer stuff is just not my thing. But Sleep Token have been consistently great. The headlining Download, I'd never heard of them before. Like, they were new when we were together. I think they only formed in like 2017, 2018. So,
totally. I mean, yeah, no, when you played them it was in Australia, wasn't it? They can take a little while to grow. They can, but when you actually again appreciate like how versatile they are absolutely fantastic. And the shows that we saw last year when they brought all 3 albums together and like, yeah, it was again a full circle of albums. It was fantastic. So yes, no, you're very, very true. I don't think I would have listened to Sleep Token had you not heard them and played them to me for sure. And yeah, they are incredible and very well deserved of their upcoming Download headline set.
Yeah, but the question wasn't about me, because you've also heard of artists, you've also listened to artists without me telling you to listen to them. So like I know an artist you've gotten into, this band called Ghost, so maybe they're up there for you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you meant that you had introduced
me.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Fair enough.
Do we have to re-record this? No, I'm not going to re-record this.
No.
Keep this all in.
I still think it's probably Sleep Token.
Okay. Fair enough, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do love Ghosts and what I was saying about how they are someone I still want to see live because I've not seen them. But no, Sleep Token.
Okay, cool. Right, on that note, so a lot of favourites there. And obviously I'll be playing her or choosing her favourite songs for the full circle and favourite artists. So the last song was Kasabian and Fire. So how does that link to the next song?
So this was another artist at Glastonbury last year. She was in the Legend slot. And yeah, again, another favourite. She's very much from my childhood. I used to listen to my mum's CD of her album all the time. And that is Shania Twain. And the song I have chosen is Come On Over.
Oh, that don't impress me much. Hey!
Well...
No, when she got announced for the Legend slot, me, along with countless of others, said, that don't impress me much. And I never saw her. So I can't tell you what I thought. Right. Okay. So as we know, well, as people may or may not know, both of us are huge Harry Potter fans. And actually, that's just reminded me, I wasn't even going to mention it, but now that I've said it, it's just reminded me about, when we went on holiday, we actually went on a cruise, from the Caribbean islands, and there was a Harry Potter quiz, and we won.
We did. This is a very American, by the way. We were probably one of the very few British people. And this wasn't me. This was Deb. He definitely carried the team. He is such a Harry Potter nerd.
Yeah. So I found this Buzzfeed quiz. I've not done it myself. So it is only for you to do. And I'm going to ask you some questions. It says here, if you can get 8 or more on this Harry Potter quiz, then you might know it too well.
Okay, fine. Pressure's on.
So let's see if you know it too well. What is Ron's great aunt called? The options are Mabel, Gertrude, Bessie, or Tessie.
I'm going to go with Mabel. I thought it was Muriel, but who am I thinking of?
Ooh, yeah, that sounds right. But let's go for Mabel then. Great Aunt Tessie.
Oh, did you know that?
I didn't. I thought it was Mabel as well.
So who's Muriel?
I don't know. Aunt Muriel?
Yeah.
But that's not great aunt.
Oh, fine. Okay. I do not recall great Aunt Tessie.
What was Nicholas Flamel's wife called? Perinelli? Is that how you pronounce it? Perinelli? Celestine? Elise? Or Marguerite? Sorry if I butchered those
I
names.
think you might have done.
Well, you want to pronounce them?
No.
Oh.
Was it Marguerite?
Ooh, okay. I don't think it is, but let's see. Yeah, I thought it was Perinelli.
Perinelli.
Yeah, how'd you pronounce it?
I don't know. Is it Pernell?
Pernell.
Yeah.
P-E-R-E-N-E-L-L-E. If anyone can tell me how that's pronounced, just message me, send a WhatsApp little voice note, and then I'll play it next time. No. Okay.
This is not going well.
0 for 2 at the moment.
Yep.
Complete the song. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Something blank. This way comes. And the options are magic, foul, fearsome, or wicked.
Oh, is it Wicked?
See, I think it might be magic. No, you were right.
I was right. I got one.
1 out of 3. Well done. Okay.
Thank you.
What is Parvati's sister called? Pansy, Padma, Indira, or Priya?
Padma.
Yeah, easy one.
Yeah. Got that one.
What number do the Dursleys live at?
Oh, no.
Number 12, 7, 4, or 9?
Number 4, Privet Drive.
Oh, no. Oh, my God, I thought it was 12. Oh, it's 4 Privet Drive, isn't it?
That's exactly what I just
Oh
said.
my God, I thought you were going to get it wrong. I was so silly. Sorry, well done.
Thank you.
Oh my God, and little mind blank that was. What did Cho order from the trolley on the train? 2 pumpkin pasties, 2 chocolate frogs, 2 cauldron cakes, or 2 licorice wands?
This is going to be a pure guess. I'm going to go with 2 cauldron cakes.
No, unlucky. 2 pumpkin pasties. Which Ministry of Magic employee went missing in the 4th book? Charity Burbage, Ludo Bagman, Arthur Weasley, Bertha Jorkins.
Ludo Bagman.
So I know this one and I know you're wrong. It was Bertha Jorkins, I'm afraid. Sorry. Ludo Bagman, he was the one that was trying to get Harry to win the Triwizard Tournament because he made a bet with Fred and George Weasley to get lots of cash. What is the spell that removes someone's memory? Memoralis, Forgeticus, Amnesialus, or Obliviate?
Obliviate.
Well done.
Whew. Got another one.
Which of these is a member of the Slytherin Quidditch team? Pansy Parkinson, Blaise Zabini, Adrian Pusey, or Marcus Belby?
Marcus Belby.
Adrian Pusey. What is Slughorn's favourite sweet? Sugar quills, sherbet lemons, candied ginger, or crystallised pineapple?
The only one I know it's not is sherbet lemons because that's Dumbledore's. But after that, sugar quills.
No, unlucky. Crystallised pineapple.
This is hard.
It is hard. Very hard. What is Neville's toad called?
Can I just say?
Okay,
Trevor.
well done.
Thank you.
Finally, what hair product does Hermione use for the Yule Ball? Sleek Easy's hair potion, wizarding wax, enchanted hairspray, and Madame Primpenel's hair elixir. Did I say that correctly?
Elixir.
Oh, yeah.
Madame Primpenel's hair elixir is actually what I'd probably go for.
No. 5 out of 12.
Poor show.
Yeah, so you didn't get 8 or more. You only got 5 out of 12, I'm afraid. Not bad, though.
But not great.
You scored better than 26% of all other quiz takers.
And you can now see why Deb carried the team on the cruise.
Yeah, but I got 4 private driver. Right. How does Shania Twain Come On Over? Did you choose Come On Over?
Yeah.
Yep. How does Shania Twain Come On Over link to the next song?
Well, again, this is where it's really struggling. And then it's like, just don't overthink it. Shania Twain's Canadian. This next band is Canadian, and that is Sum 41. And it's very sad times in that they have just bowed out. They have just done their final tour. And we were lucky enough to see their final London show. It was all very emotional. And I have chosen a bit of a slower song from them, and that's something called With Me. And I think that's just a brilliant song. And yeah, they will be missed from the music scene.
Yeah, I mean, they're known for their classics, Into Deep, Fat Lip. I saw them at Leeds Festival once, and then the second time was with you. I think you've probably seen them. Probably, can it be counted on both hands?
No, it was only a couple of times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Maybe they're not McFly. They're not McFly level. Okay, great, incredible. So that's the last song. So do you want to tell the Full Circle Nation how you've linked Sum 41 with me to Enter Shikari, The Voice Strikes Back?
So the link that then completes the circle is Sum 41 were at Download last year. We didn't see them, but they were there at Download at the same time that Enter Shikari was there as well. So that's how they link together.
Hence completing the full circle. Abigail, have you got any final words that you wanted to share? Well, it's Abid's words of wisdom, so we won't steal that. So have you got any words that you wanted to share? Any final parting messages? Any final gifts? Anything that you want, any pearls, any knowledge that you wanted to give to the Full Circle Nation before we say our goodbyes?
No. No, nothing's coming to mind. I think I've spoken the most I've ever spoken in a very long time on this podcast. So yeah, I can't think of much more to say. I hopefully people know me, know us a little bit better. And yeah, people enjoy the variety of music.
I just want to clarify the way you said it. It sounds like I tie like a tape around your mouth and don't let you speak. You've just said this is the most I've ever spoken like in a long time. Like you've tried. It sounds like I just talk all the time and you don't speak at all. Like I just want to clarify that Abby can talk. Abby can talk. I can just talk a little bit more. But
David's got something called the gift for the gab. Shaking his head. But no, I think we've had to say that in a group and things, I'm usually more of the more shy, quieter person in a group. And yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that. But no, I just feel like I have spoken quite a lot. So I don't really have too much more to add.
No, fair enough. No, thank you so much for coming on this show. I know that it was something not pushed. I just want to clarify. You agreed. You signed the waiver. No, there's no waiver. There's nothing like that. But no, thank you so much. I mean, essentially, and you said it. These were your words that you said before we did the show. You just said, well, it's just like sitting in the sofa and have a conversation anyway. All we've done is just put a microphone here, haven't we? That's all we've done. We're just sitting on the sofa and we've got a microphone on. So instead of us, no one else being able to hear us, everyone else can hear us. So, maybe, who knows? Maybe I can get you back on another time. I don't know. What do you think?
Never say never. No, thank you so much for having me on. It's been a great experience. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun trying to think of bands and how they link together and that kind of showcase my music love and things like that. So no, it's been a brilliant experience. So thank you so much.
Amazing. Thanks so much. Again, let's give Abby a shout out. Boom, 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 boom. And remember this, kids. Stay safe. Don't eat beef.